Hey everyone, it's the expert Dave's Doozies. I'm new here to YouTube, but please subscribe to my channel, like the video. I'm going to be covering everything from football against the spread. I like playing against the spread. Football is what I love first. NBA comes second. I don't really do a whole lot in college. I do against the spread. I'm going to be doing predictions, previews, analysts, hot takes on a variety of different sports topics. I'll also be doing play-by-play commentary when I'm able to. Today I'm going to do an exclusive video on I watched David Benoit's recent interview with, I forget the guy who he interviewed with. It's not hard to find. It's real recent. It's Chris Benoit's oldest son finally coming out and opening up about his take on what happened that long time ago, his dreams, his goals, stuff like that. So, in further context, in case you did not know or you just forgot, Chris Benoit over 10 years ago, close to 20 years ago, killed his wife, his very young son, and himself over a course of 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right before a big pay-per-view event that they was supposed to have. Nobody knows exactly what happened. There was lots of empty containers of alcohol. He was probably taking a mixture of different painkillers and types of pills, uppers and downers, mixing pills with alcohol. He had testosterone in his system. So no one knows exactly what happened besides what the evidence suggested, which was all that he killed his wife. Autopsy report says that he killed his wife. I forget which one he killed first. I want to say he killed his wife, and then the next day it was found he killed his son, and then the next day he killed himself. That's what this evidence suggests. They got that little thing they got where they determined how long a body was dead and stuff like that. They found stuff in Chris Benoit's internet history trying to find this ways to break his neck and stuff like that. Just real crazy stuff. It was real traumatizing for me when I was growing up. When I watched when I watched wrestling growing up, Chris Benoit was a favorite of mine. So it was really hard to believe that he would do stuff like that. There's still a lot of conspiracy theory videos out there. At the time, they was blaming steroids, roid rage. They didn't talk a whole lot about CTE back then. I never heard anything about it. I'm not even for sure how much it was a thing. But now they've used Chris Benoit's brain to find out that he suffered from CTE. It's very likely that's what he suffered from. They said his brain looked like a 80-year-old dementia patient and stuff like that. So I want to talk about David, his son, had an interview. They talked about what he does now, his goals and his dreams. He opened up about the Chris Benoit thing because when that stuff happened, he was like 15 years old. So let me just look at my cheat sheet real quick. Alright. So here's some things. I wrote down some notes about what David Benoit said in the interview that I wanted to talk about. David Benoit said that his dad was the reason we know as much as we do about CTE. Like he said, if you think about it, my dad's the reason that we know as much as we do and stuff like that, which I think is only partially true. They did find out about his brain. People have been taking a lot more precautions and player safety in the NFL. I mean, the WWE definitely changed. They went to the PG era. They're trying to be a lot more serious about taking care of their athletes, not just in WWE, NFL, baseball, etc. But yeah, there was a lot more people than just Chris Benoit that went into getting awareness out for CTE. Obviously, that concussion movie was based off a guy, and there's a lot of football players, ex-football players who have helped put money into research and stuff like that. That wasn't a big deal. Now, David Benoit said he wanted to see his dad, Chris Benoit, get into the WWE Hall of Fame. That's the things I'm about to say. I want to feel confident that someone has told him this. Probably Chris Jericho. Somebody have had to tell him this, or at least needs to in the near future. I'm hoping the interview he was just talking about what he wanted. Like, I think he should know that he's not going to get those things. Hopefully it's just one of those things like if he got what he really wanted, this would have happened. But when I was watching the video, I didn't get that impression. That's what he meant. Like, I think he was legitimately gonna do what he could to make sure his dad got in the Hall of Fame. He's ran his mouth on Twitter before about them leaving him out and stuff. I mean, that whole interview was kind of cringy, bro, because he would be so, like, he talked so well. I mean, it's his dad, and his dad was his hero, so I don't want to sound all negative and too pessimistic or whatever, but it's just like, bro, your dad's not getting in the Hall of Fame, bro. It's not going to happen, ever. Like, it shouldn't. It shouldn't. The day they put Chris Benoit in the WWE is the day Vince McMahon is dead. Like, that dude is dead, rolling in his grave. You did some shit like that. I mean, because I'm all for Chris Benoit having CTE and believing he wasn't really like that, and that was just blah, blah, blah. Like, he wasn't really like that. He was a good dude. He should go in the Hall of Fame and remembered for his wrestling accolades and not that one tragic thing. Well, the thing is, we can want to live in fairy tale world all we want, but the fact remains, as far as we know, whether it was because of CTE or not, Chris Benoit killed your little brother, bro. He killed his wife. Your dad's not getting in the WWE Hall of Fame. And the WWE did right by trying to separate and cut ties with Chris Benoit the best that they could. Another thing that David Benoit said was he hopes... so he wants to wrestle as, he wants his stage name to be Chris Benoit Jr. He wants to have the tights. Like, this kid, like, I felt really bad. You could tell, like, he wants to be just like his dad. Like, he wants the tights to be like his dad. He wants his theme music to be like his dad's. Like, bro, he feels like that's how he can honor his dad. And I'm just like, bro, you're going to honor your dad and the good that he did just by wrestling in itself. They're not going to let you, nobody should let you come out as Chris Benoit Jr. No one should let you show any kind of recognition to Chris Benoit at all. You don't, not his theme music, not his pants, nothing like that. Like, Chris Benoit is done. We don't need to show any kind of wannabe tribute to him. They already gave him an accidental tribute after his death before we found out he killed his family. We're not, like, I want Chris Benoit Jr., like, I feel bad for the kid, and I have respect for Chris Benoit's wrestling accolades, and I can even low-key try to forgive him for the stuff he did, but we cannot give him any kind of honor or any kind of attaboy when the last thing he did was kill his family and kill himself. There's no way around that. You don't show any kind of homage to that. You don't. You don't give him any kind of more spotlight. So, someone needs to tell David Benoit, look, bro, you're not gonna be able to wear his you can't even wear the same tights he wore. You're not gonna get to do his theme music. The best way Chris Benoit or David Benoit can honor his dad and the good that he did is just by wrestling in itself. Know who you are, bro. Know that you're Chris Benoit's son. Know that you looked up to him and stuff like that as far as your wrestling goes. You don't need to come out in his theme music and yada, yada, yada to honor him. You honor him in just wrestling and being who you are. And trying to steal all this stuff from your dad is not you being you. That's you wanting to be your dad. David Benoit needs to find out who he is and what gimmick will work for him at the same time wrestling. And that's the best way he can really honor his dad. Now, if AEW lets David Benoit come out as Chris Benoit Jr. and stuff like, they're foolish. I don't see AEW being that foolish. Check out the interview on YouTube. David Benoit, exclusive interview, opens up about what happened to his dad, his take on it, and stuff like that. This is Dave's Doozies. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'm going to be doing more videos. So, hit that subscribe, hit that like button. Fuck with your boy, the expert, Dave's Doozies. I'll holler at y'all.